The crew landed on Cayley's 4, a planet rich with luminous forests, crystalline rivers, and strange humming stone formations. But the beauty was overshadowed by evidence of destruction: burned soil, ripped vegetation, and claw marks bigger than any species logged in the Horizons database. The signal had come from a cavern beneath the singing cliffs. Elias, being the only one fluent enough in the Calesian root language, led the team. Inside the cavern, they found her, a girl, maybe 20 by human standards, leaning against a glowing wall, her teal skin dim, her long silver hair tangled and dusty. A faint aura shimmered around her, like heat rising from sand. She looked up with eyes like violet glass. "Are you the ones who heard me?" she whispered. Elias stepped toward her. "We're here to help. My name is Elias." When she saw him, something softened. She reached out a trembling hand. "Lyra," she murmured. "My name is Lyra." The other saw a weak alien in need of rescue. But Elias felt something different, like standing near a sleeping star. She wasn't weak. She was holding something back. A girl without a home. Lyra explained her situation slowly, painstakingly, still recovering. She belonged to a nearly extinct species, the Etherborn, a race once known for weaving energy through the physical and astral planes. But over the last century, the Etherborn had been hunted by monstrous creatures known as void wraiths, entities that fed on the life force the Etherborn produced. Her village had hidden as long as it could, until the wraiths found them. Lyra had sent the distress signal alone. Everyone else had been taken. The Horizons crew debated what to do. Helping her might be considered interference. Bringing her aboard could violate treaties. And many were concerned that whatever hunted her might follow. But Elias didn't care about politics. He saw a frightened, brilliant soul who had survived impossible horrors. And he knew, deep down, that she was more powerful than she realized. The captain eventually agreed to give her temporary refuge aboard the ship. Middle, the girl who could touch the stars. Life aboard the Horizon changed quickly. Lyra learned human customs, languages, and habits with surprising ease. Her laughter brightened the sterile hallways. Her curiosity breathed life into old routines. But Elias noticed something else. Whenever she touched technology, it flickered. When she sang, lights dimmed. When she cried, the ship hummed in sympathy. She carried a living energy, delicate but immense. One day, Elias found her on the ship's observation deck, staring at the stars. "They think I'm weak," she said quietly. "Even my people did. They said my energy was unstable, untamed. I was never able to control it." "Maybe you don't have to control it," Elias said. "Maybe you just need someone to trust you." She looked at him with those violet glass eyes. "Do you?" she asked. "Yes," he answered without hesitation. Their closeness grew. They talked for hours, about Earth, about Cayley's, about music, dreams, fears. Elias taught her Earth stories. Lyra taught him how to hear the resonance of the universe, how every life had a unique vibration. He wasn't sure when he realized he loved her. Maybe it was the night she rested her head on his shoulder while watching a nebula bloom outside the viewport. Maybe it was the way she whispered his name as if it meant hope. She wasn't weak. She was extraordinary. The void returns. One night, the horizon shook violently. A dark, warped vessel appeared out of hyperspace, surrounded by shadows that defied physics. The void wraiths had followed Lyra. Alarms blared. The crew scrambled. The wraith ship emitted a pulse of black light that drained shields instantly. Elias grabbed Lyra and ran toward the core chamber, the most shielded part of the ship. "What do they want?" he shouted over the tremors. "My energy," she whispered. "They devour it. They have hunted us for centuries." Then we fight."
"No," she said.
"You can't fight them. Only an Etherborn can." He looked at her, truly looked, and saw the fear twisting inside her. Not fear of the Wraiths. Fear of herself. "Lyra," he said gently, holding her face. "You are not weak. You never were. You can stop them." "I'll lose control," she trembled. "I'll destroy the ship. I'll destroy you." "I trust you," he said. "More than anyone." Her breath shook. Then the core chamber door burst open. Void wraiths poured in like living shadows. Lyra screamed, not in fear, but in awakening. Her body ignited with blinding silver light. Her aura expanded, swirling into a storm of radiant energy that filled the chamber. The wraiths shrieked as the light burned through them like fire tearing through darkness. The ship's alarm stopped. The shadows dissolved. And Lyra collapsed into Elias' arms, unconscious. After the battle, a secret revealed Lyra slept for 2 days. When she awoke, she whispered, "I'm sorry. I almost destroyed everything." But Elias touched her hand gently. "You saved us. All of us." The captain and crew saw her differently now, not as a weak refugee, but as a being of extraordinary power. Power that came with danger. Some argued she should be relocated to a secure research facility. Others feared another void attack. Elias stood against all of them. "She belongs with us," he insisted. "With me." Lyra overheard his defense, tears in her eyes. Later that night, she approached him on the observation deck, the place where everything between them began. "My people had a tradition," she said softly. "When 2 lives align, when 2 souls resonate, they bind their energies. It is what you would call marriage." Elias felt his heart stop. "And what does your energy say?" he whispered. She took his hands and placed them over her heart. "It says your name." He kissed her, and the stars outside seemed to brighten. The Galaxy didn't expect their marriage ceremony blended human customs with Etherborn traditions. The crew gathered in the Arboretum. Under the glow of bioluminescent vines, Lyra conjured with her energy. When they exchanged vows, threads of silver light intertwined around their joined hands, symbolizing the connection of 2 souls. Many from the horizon watched with awe and disbelief. The girl they once thought weak was marrying the human who saw her strength before any of them. Lyra whispered to Elias, "Are you afraid to bind your life to someone like me?" He smiled. "I was afraid long before, but not of you. I was afraid of living a life where I never met you." She glowed, softly, beautifully. They were husband and wife. But peace was never permanent in the silver bloom. The true power awakens weeks after the wedding. The horizon detected signs of another void movement, this time larger, more coordinated, threatening multiple star systems. Lyra knew it was her fault. The Wraiths wanted Etherborn energy, and she was the last known living source. "I should leave," she told Elias one night. "If they chase me, they'll destroy worlds." He refused instantly. "We face this together. You and me." "But I can't protect you if I lose control." "You protected the ship," he reminded her. "You protected me. And you're stronger now." She turned away, trembling. "There's something I haven't told you." She opened her palm. Light gathered into a small sphere, then expanded into a shimmering map of the astral plane. "I was the weakest child in my village," she admitted. "Everyone else learned to harness the ether easily. I struggled. I failed. And the Wraiths attacked because they sensed an unstable source. Me." Elias stepped toward her. "You're not unstable. You're evolving." She blinked, confused. "You weren't meant to be like the others," he continued. "You were meant to surpass them." Her eyes widened. because deep down, she knew it was true. Her power had grown dramatically, especially since binding her energy with Elias. He wasn't just her companion. He was her stabilizer, her anchor. Her strength multiplied when he was near. And the Void Wraiths had no idea what they were about to face. The final confrontation, the largest Wraith vessel to ever appear in silver bloom space, emerged near a dying star. The horizon moved to intercept, though many doubted they stood a chance. Lyra and Elias stood in the core chamber, hands intertwined. The Wraith ship unleashed a wave of darkness that bent light itself. Panels shattered. Gravity fluctuated. The crew struggled to stay conscious. Lyra squeezed Elias' hand. "We do this together," she said. Their energies fused, human and otherborn. Light and life. Flesh and stardust. A radiant hurricane erupted around them, swirling outward like a newborn sun. The horizon became a beacon. The darkness recoiled. The Wraith ship cracked under the pressure of pure etherlight. Its hull imploded, then disintegrated into shards of shadow. Silence followed. The void was gone. The galaxy, for the first time in centuries, was free of their terror. Lyra collapsed again, but this time, Elias fell with her, because the bond they shared meant the energy was shared too. When they opened their eyes minutes later, the crew surrounded them, cheering. "You did it," someone cried. "You saved all of us." But Elias corrected them softly. "She did it. My wife." Ending, the girl who changed everything. Peace settled across the silver bloom. Worlds rebuilt. Songs were written about the Etherborn girl who saved the galaxy. But few knew the real truth. Lyra wasn't a savior. She was simply a girl who had been told she was weak. A girl who found the one person who believed in her more than she believed in herself. A girl whose power blossomed because someone saw her worth. Elias and Lyra spent their days traveling between worlds, teaching, healing, helping rebuild. Some feared her strength. Others worshipped it. But Elias saw only Lyra, the girl who once hid in a cave, scared and trembling, yet still full of light. One evening, while watching the stars from a quiet balcony on a restored Cayley's 4, Lyra leaned into him. "Do you ever regret it?" she asked. "Regret what?" "Marrying someone like me. Someone so dangerous." He wrapped an arm around her and pulled her close. "I didn't marry the galaxy's most powerful Etherborn," he whispered. "I married the girl who looked at me like I was worth believing in. I married the one soul who made the universe feel alive." She smiled radiant. "You always saw what I couldn't," she said. "No," he answered softly. "I just held up a mirror." She kissed him as the twin moons rose above Cayley's, painting their silhouettes in silver light. And somewhere across the galaxy, a new legend took root.